Hello everyone, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and the start of Prime Season 10. Can you believe it? 10 seasons of this crazy nonsense. My name's Gareth and joining me once again in commentary is Jools. Jools, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good. Why am I still here? This was supposed to be temporary. No,
yes, indeed.
I'm good. It's fun to be here.
It is lovely to be back, and you can see here on the screen we've got some graphics displaying all of the teams and cars, because my goodness me, have we got a lot of sign-ups for this season. Over 45 entries to date, although not all of them have made it to Brazil. However, we can see there's the Cool Camel Blues and then the Greens.
Yeah, I think we've got both of those. Both Mark and Rich is here. Steve is here, but James couldn't make it. And then there is another Camel team coming up, Cool Camel Grey, I believe.
There they are, Cool Camel Grey, Mark Zeff and Dan LaHaye.
Just Dan available this round, so hopefully Mark can make it next round.
And as we wait for the cars to change, let's talk about the car, the IR18, as we see CXW Racing, David Ward and John Cook. What a crazily strong team that's going to be.
And supporting
both
Mind.
Specialists.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how they're handling this beast, which is a beast.
Yeah, both TCR specialists, so making it over to Open Wheeler. Frog Watts Racers, Carlos Navarro, check out his awesome helmet in the car there.
Indeed. A lot of people like the Lawful T helmets with the eyes on.
They do.
Can't blame them.
No.
Long-standing, they must be one of the oldest teams on the grid. We've got McLaren.
I think they are, yeah, the McLaren team, Chris White and Chris Forrester, who were with me on the preview podcast for this season. So don't forget, if you haven't checked out the podcast, go and listen to it, all the podcast channels or on our YouTube. Minardi Simsport making a return, Ben Chalcroft and Philip Miles. They've been around for like 3 seasons now as well. So
yeah. It's good to see them.
Firmly established regulars. Then we got No Slots, No Glory, Russell Bright, who needs no introduction from Extric Racing, the YouTube channel. See it on his rear wing there, and Gareth Winslade, his teammate.
What's he doing sticking with Gareth? He's only in bronze.
Yeah, you should have fired him. And then we've got Speed Eagles, David Lugakeki, who might be looking for a teammate. As we can see, he's on his own there. He's in silver. And you've just reminded me that obviously the colours of the drivers there showing which split they are in.
Indeed.
We have our new split system. And here's Stupid Aguri, Gavin Kelly in gold and Don Parker in silver.
Oldest team on the grid.
The oldest team, yes, indeed, yeah. So as we say, yeah, the team's now divided up. Drivers divided up between gold, silver, and bronze splits.
Very strong gold split here. Rob Miller looking to not be the bridesmaid again, and David Lyne returning from being super busy, looking to see a strong showing. Usually they're up in the top, fighting for the wins. Yeah,
lovely to see Dave back as well as Rob. And then we've got the Wizards B Sapphire team. Is that Black Sapphire, I guess? Tuam Lyon and Oliver Ettridge. Well, Ollie defecting to the Wizards.
Yeah, he was going to be in Racing Punt, a play on, obviously, Racing Point to join Stupid Aguri, but the Wizards tempted.
And Wizards Fire Ruby, Stephen Maxwell and Jiao Tome. So another good, strong team there. The Wizards looking like they're going to be a force to reckon with this season.
Yeah, Yao still in bronze. He stays there. He has such pace, but I think he doesn't make it to the end of the race, so he loses points. And he's in bronze still.
See how he gets on at his home track though. And Wizards Rose Gold, Alex Murphy defecting to the Wizards as well. That is shocking, and he's teaming up with the Wizards owner, Merrin Hoogervin.
Indeed, yes. Such hypocrisy from the anti-Wizard there.
Yeah.
That's all the team's done, so these are the privateers. We have James Renwick, Juan Alberto Escobar.
Welcome to you. And Mike Murphy, formerly of the Minardi team. So
I think he's kind of unofficial Minardi, but he didn't sign up with the team, so he's...
Pavel Kuzmarek, good to see him back for another season, sporting his familiar Ukraine livery. And then Ryan Tzuski, nice to see him back. Had some good showings over the last few seasons in USF and in LMP3. And then Simon Geimer.
Sporting my favourite helmet.
Nigel.
Nige. Oh, Nige.
Yeah.
Stephen McCann.
Rocking the Pepsi livery. And there's Stephen Koenig. Nice to see Stephen Koenig back on the grid. Long-time racer with the LOA from South Africa. the world's fastest back marker, as he likes to say. And Tiemann Sloots, he made his debut back into last season, didn't he? So nice to see him back on the grid.
Indeed, and rocking a lovely livery there, the Buzzing Hornets.
Yeah, it's very cool. And the practice results then, it's David Lyon on top from Rob Miller. So familiar story at the front there. Joao Tome, look at that, all the way up in P3. We've got Alex Murphy, Oliver Ettridge, Pavel Kuzmarek, Tiemann Sloots, nice delivery for him in P7. Don Parker, David Lukakecki, Merin Hugovin running out the top 10. Kevin Kelly in 11th. Stephen Maxwell, Ben Chalcraft, Chris Forrester. Well, you can read all these yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of cemented my point with Yao there. He's in 3rd overall in pace from practice. So a lot of gap between him and the next bronze, but obviously you don't get any points for practice.
But how much of that is home track advantage, and how much of that is just Zhao's raw pace? I mean, we know he is bloody quick.
No, we know he's quick. But I mean, maybe he likes this. Not everybody likes their home tracks, do they?
No, indeed.
Might just not gel with it. No time there for Miles or Malarin, so hopefully they get some time to practice before quali.
Well, cars are lining up on the grid then, and let's take you through that grid. It's Rob Miller on pole from Merin Hugovin, David Lyon in 3rd, Philip Miles is up in 4th, so that, no time to P4, that's amazing. Stephen Maxwell in 5, and then we've got Don Parker, Alex Murphy, Joao Tome, Mike Murphy and Russell Bright running out the top 10. Tiemann Sloots is in 11th ahead of Ben Chalcraft, David Lukakecki and Oliver Ettridge, and then Ryan Tazuski in 15th. Rich Meesters, who we just heard on the radio there, from David Ward in 17th, and then 18th is Gavin Kelly. So a long way down for Kelly in gold, so see what he can do. Pavel Kuzmarek is in 19th, and 20th is James Renwick. Then we got Mark Innes from Cool Camel Racing Green, Dan Rice from the Grey Racing Grey. So much CCR. Gareth Winslade is in 23rd place, ahead of Simon Geimer in 24th. And look at these times, they're like 24 cars, and we're still only 1.6 seconds delta to pole. Then we've got Chris White in 25th place, John Cook is in 26th, Juan Escobar is in 27th.
Merin hasn't set off there, bit of a concertina behind him.
Yeah, and 28th, Tom Lauren, 29th, Mark Brown, and 30th, Chris Forrester.
Keep going.
They're still going.
Stephen Kerr is in
31. Yeah, and Carlos Navarro in 32nd.
Malarin is very out of place for the 2-time champion from last season.
Yeah, 33rd Stephen Pepper, and then 34th Stephen McCann. So is that an all Steve back row?
It is an all Steve back row, almost an all Steve back 2 rows. If Carlos could be an honorary Steve, we'd have that.
Good point, yeah. So 34 cars for the opening round of Prime Season 10, and they are making their way up to Young Sao, the junction.
I'm hoping for more next race.
Yeah, as I say, we are expecting a full 42 cars at some point in the season. I'm sure it will happen.
Merin currently leading silver, and Tome leading bronze. And a whole bunch of others silvers up there with them.
Yeah, on board with poleman Rob Miller then. And
now
on board with Hugovin. Check out the awesome new graphics showing the car livery of the car we were looking at as well.
Yep, we also have obviously tyres in this series, so most of all the top 10 except Murphy have chosen to go on the softer tyre.
Yes, we've got a lot to cover in terms of the new regs. We'll get to that hopefully.
Well, the number next to it is the push to pass, and Line is already on the push to pass. You only get 10 of those in a race.
Clearly not happy with that P3, and they're going through the centre S4 the first time then.
Looks like Merin's wide. And he's lost his wing.
He's round on the curb.
That's a lot of smoke. Did everybody get past him? He's lost his rear wing.
Hanging off.
And he's towed already. So we currently got 18-1-2.
A massive shame for Merin there after such a great quali. We've got battling going on then between Tiemann Sloots and Russell Bright.
Oh no, ooh. That's one of the CXWs into the wall.
It looks like Ward, who's falling down the order.
Cook is also going down the order. Disaster.
Yeah. Oh, what a great shame for CXW, like you say. And that is Chris Forrester missing his front wing.
Yeah.
No wing, no glory.
Looks like Murphy went backwards as well at the start. He's dropped 3 places. Doesn't seem to be any damage, so maybe he just got caught napping there. He's trying to get past Timon Slutz. Someone's gone off there, lots of smoke.
Yeah,
that was Glukakeki.
So, someone's gone round.
Yeah, who's that? That's Tazerski, I think.
Is that Tazewski in the... Chowcross falling down the order as well. It is Tazewski.
I think he collected him. Wow, it's all going off. We've got people using push to pass. Everyone's going off. 2 cars in the pits already.
Yeah.
And Miller, we've already a 1.5 second lead.
Fantastically. Look at Pavel Kuzmarek going around the outside and attacking on Timon's... that's on
Simon Geimer.
Geimer, I beg your pardon.
He didn't get past, and now he's under attack from Rice. Well, sorry, Leahy.
Leahy. Yeah, we need to get that corrected.
Yeah, SDK's being obstinate.
Yeah, we've got a very tight battle going on here from 11th to 16th here. Kuzmarek and Winslade on his outside.
Board needs repairs. I could have told you that.
As is John Cook, and we could have told you that as well.
That looks
so
like
here we are then.
We've
Kelly.
Innes in front of Kelly looks like he's missing his right wing.
Yeah, nice detail that half the wing will come off in contact and not just the whole thing like we normally see.
Indeed, but I imagine Mark's not happy about it still because he's going to be losing a bit of downforce there.
He is indeed, yeah. And we saw there as he went across the curb. Yeah, look at the bumping that we see on the front axle.
There's a replay here. Looks like there was a bit of latency between Hugavin and and he got tagged. So he lost his rear wing as well. What a disaster.
On board with Kelly now.
Nice wow, my god.
Damn, that's close.
Testing his reflexes there. And this is the parade lap, and looks like Malarin dropped it on his own on the parade lap, which is embarrassing.
Oh, that is embarrassing. Hopefully that doesn't cause any penalties for people behind him. And trying to make up for lost time, outbraking himself into the centre S. Oh, and then contact there. That is a wild start from Malarin, not what we'd expect from him.
Yeah, and you can see both CXWs were involved, plus some McLaren there.
Yeah, that's crossed by McLaren. That's Glukakeki on the back.
Glukakeki, we saw that. And this was that collision again.
Yeah, Tazewski's dropping it. Big unfortunate incident for him. Meanwhile then, it's David Line here under attack from Dom Parker.
Yeah, Dom, who probably hasn't done many laps in this car, but seems to be showing some good pace. And it looks like Zhao has also made up places as well. I saw he was up 4 places just a second ago.
And we got Winslade up behind Escobar.
Currently running to a second in class is Winslade. 16th overall.
That's not too shabby. Bit of a slow start in terms of quali, but yeah, he's made up a few places.
Yeah, not as many as Juan Escobar though. That's 12 places he's gained here.
Yeah.
And Innes still ahead of Kelly, despite that downforce.
Stayed out.
He has, yeah, maybe, well, he might not know he's lost the front right bit.
You can see it.
Look at this. To T1.
Yeah, that's
through
past
the
the
centre
shaking
S.
up.
Is he going to get past? He has.
Yeah. What
sorted.
Move.
And that's Line immediately under attack now from Zhao Tome as well.
You've got to be so careful through the centre S there because the curbs really unsettle this car.
Indeed, they do.
And once it loses its gets a bit of a bounce on, it's very susceptible to spinning.
So is Line going to lose another place here as Maxwell looks one way then the other?
It's Wizards ganging up all over the 18 here.
It is.
And Escobar has passed Kuzmarek, yeah. So now Winslade is behind Kuzmarek because Escobar has gone through and he's now getting after Innes. Looks like Kelly's got through Innes and a big lock up for Innes there.
No, Kelly's behind Winslade, it says. Yeah.
Oh.
So Kelly must have made a mistake.
Oh, good spot. I assumed he'd gone through because
Because he wasn't there anymore.
Because he wasn't there anymore, yeah.
Line using push to pass, I see. Is he trying to get back on Tomei? Probably.
Queue forming here behind Innes in his half of front wing.
Yep, we're joining the Innes train.
Escobar using his push to pass.
To good effect. That's the first one. He's only used one so far.
Yeah. Oh, Innes late on the brakes.
But too
Locked
late.
up though. Yeah.
He's going to have to rejoin, see if he can do it better than Malarin. He does.
Does he know about his half a wing? I mean, I'm sure you can see it from the cockpit. He must know half of it's missing.
Depends on how you have your settings.
Ah, the
how
old
high
field
up you
view,
set. Yeah.
Yeah. As a VR user, I don't remember that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You can see it.
You've got to think of the peasants.
Yes, so true.
He was like Miller is scampering away up front.
Yeah, we're looking at Steve Pepper then, down in 23rd place at the moment, and he's chasing after Tom Lauren.
Both of these cars on the harder tyres.
Yeah.
Most cars switched already to the softs, but yeah, Rich is going side by side with Mark Brown here.
So tell us about the strategy and the what's happening with this race, because we've gone from the sprint to
it's Kelly off.
rejoining. There's someone else off there with him as well. We've got a replay here.
I think that was Dan. Yeah.
Dan LaHaye straight into the back of Kelly, taking him off the track.
Bit of mounting action there. Kelly's still going. He's not pitted, so maybe he feels his car's okay. But it looks like Dan is coming in. Yeah, I mean, we've decided to have the 3 series, the Endurance, the Prime, and the Sprint. So the Endurance would focus on strategy, the Sprint would focus on the racing, and Prime is kind of a halfway house. So there's some strategy and racing. So that's Winslade rejoining. It looks
Missing
like he's
half
got
a wing.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh dear, yeah, he's suffering yet.
That looks, yeah, I think we've got some. We must have cut back after an incident there. There must be something that we're waiting to see.
Indeed. There's his teammate running well in 8th place, coming under attack from Mr. Ettridge.
Great new livery here for the No Slots No Glory team. Another one that's based on an F1 livery.
It is very pretty.
Russell's done a great job on that. I know it's taken him a long time to do.
But has Winslade applied it properly to the car? Because often I hear that complaint. I hear it from Parker as well, complaining his teammate hasn't stuck his numbers on or whatever.
It's always in TCR, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Why is TCR so complicated? Oh, here you go. Here's Mr. Miller. Now, still about 5 seconds ahead of Parker.
I mean, that's an enormous lead. I know that Parker was having to obviously get through line, and then Tony did the same. But yeah, just astonishing how far outfield Rob is.
That's the
Alex
problem, isn't it?
Murphy as
You
well.
let him get in the lead and he'll disappear.
Yeah, so here's the replay of the incident then, which happened to Winslade. And
so it looked like Powell came off the gas there and looked like that caught Winslade out.
Yeah. On board with Kazmarek, and there goes his front wing as well.
Yeah, that car. I don't see which one that was, but it came slightly to the left there. And
Dan LaHaye on the
clipped the
grass.
curb and just pitched him into the outside wall. Fortunate. More action.
Kazmarek having a big slide. Oh, that's Pepper taking his front. Oh, rear wing gone.
Koenig. Nowhere to go for Koenig. Oh dear. Which is a shame. Koenig, very late arrival actually. He almost didn't make the race. He signed up just minutes beforehand.
Yeah, lovely to see him back.
Looks like a bit of an issue here.
For this incident. Yeah.
So, Kazmarek's making his way back to the pits, dragging that rear wing.
Half the panels are flapping.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of work to do there. I mean, if the action would calm down a second, I'll carry on with what we were talking about. So you've got the red tyres, which are softer, they last less, but they have more grip. And you have the harder tyres, which are more durable, less fast, in theory, last longer. You have to run both in the race. And during quali, whichever lap is your fastest, the tyre compound that you set it on, not necessarily the same set, but the tyre compound you set it on, must be the one you start the race on. So there's a little bit more strategy involved, and people run different strategies. As you can see, some are on hard, some are on soft. And the other thing is we limit the fuel a bit because this car's got so much fuel. So we're predicting a 3-stop at this race, but probably a 2-stop on next race. We'll see. The idea is to kind of mix it up each race, so the drivers have to find out which is the quickest. As we look at Tomei.
Tomei making the move for P2.
Yeah.
It's a great move.
Nicely done. Like Dom didn't fight too hard there. He's probably just content to sit there. Well, on the podium. I don't think he was expecting to be this far up.
It's the biggest cliche that people tend to say when they're doing their race on-board video things. It's a long race, and let's not fight it. But it is a long race compared to what we've been doing recently. Time.
Yeah. I mean, it says 1 hour 15, but that's the session length left. So we're estimating about 54 minutes for this race here.
Yeah,
and we're looking at about 50 minutes for future races as well.
Compared to 2 15-minute races, which was Prime Season 8 and 9, that's a massive difference, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what was our longest races previously in Prime. I think it's like, was it 30 or 40 minutes maybe?
I think
the Lotus.
Was it the Lotus races?
Lotus
were they longer than the F3?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they were quite long, I suppose.
Yeah, I think they were like 45 minutes, weren't they? Something like that. Well, looks like Dom's under attack again. This time from Line, who goes to the inside.
Yeah. Line's been very patiently waiting. Oh. Had to get out of it, though.
Indeed. So struck back again. Got the first of the stoppers in.
Yeah,
Geimer and Slutz. Yeah, so with fuel limited, you're looking at between 10 and 12 laps your car will do here. So they should be looking at 3 stops. And if you can extend your stint, then you'll look to have a shorter final stint. Meesters is off the track, it says. Where is he? I see him on the map. He's just got going again. Yeah, there he is.
What's the fuel saving like in this car? Is it effective?
Yeah, you've got fuel maps, so you can switch the engine down and just carry on driving as normal, but with like a less thirsty car. Or you can lift and coast into the corners, and you can save, say, up to about 1 litre a lap at the most extreme, but you probably save half a litre a lap without losing too much speed. So hopefully in the races to come, there will be some races where you could do a 3 or a 2 stop, and both would be viable. But we'll see, as the leaders are all pouring in, so they've all done their 10 laps.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Very busy into the pits. Was this the top 8 went in, and Ettridge obviously has been a bit more careful on the right foot and has stayed out an extra lap. So he's now leading.
Well, and as a former risky racing driver, that's not always the right strategy, as we saw at the end of last season in the wet at Suzuka with Greening staying out for the extra lap.
He stayed out 2 extra laps. I think that was the problem. But I mean, as a risky, you're not really allowed to fuel save, so that's probably why he's joined the Wizards.
Is that right?
They don't do fuel saving.
Well, here he is then, Oliver Ettridge, now clothed in the Wizards livery and having his glory lap in first place.
It's like both Miller and Parker elected to switch onto the hards, and they've now covered both tyres. Line staying with the soft, so he's going to have to switch to hards later. So there's a piece of car in the pit lane there.
And it's not the easiest pit lane to get out of.
Mulleren's out.
Front wing.
He's just missing his nose.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Miller, again on the push to pass. He's not actually near anybody, so he's just using it for lap time, which is perfectly legitimate use.
There he is, coming through. Looks like Parker and Lime responding on the push to pass as well.
Indeed. So the top 4 are prime, alternate, prime now. As Ettridge comes in.
And stays on the soft.
Oh no!
And drops it. Oh
there.
No.
That's awkward, and he actually hit the back as well. Hopefully no damage there, but he's happy to do a painful 3-point turn.
I said it was a difficult pit exit, but yeah, that's...
There's a bump there which will catch you out, yeah. If you're not careful.
Yeah.
Kelly looking to make up a position here on Miles. Looks to the inside but thinks better of it.
And both sitting ahead of Mark Innes, behind Mark Innes, I beg your pardon, who now has a complete front wing again.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
Parker, actually, where's Tomei? What happened to Tomei? Because he was second, wasn't he?
He was. He is.
Hopefully we'll get a replay.
And stuck in the pits, so...
Hopefully we'll get a replay of that, but that's, yeah. Because Parker got past. Push to pass is definitely on for line here.
Yeah. So attacking to the outside of Parker as we head up the curving main straight here.
Gonna get him. Side by side.
They're under the bag. Oh,
they're still side by side.
He's got him.
Oh no, he's got a better exit off out the centre S though.
And that's Maxwell getting involved as well.
Maxwell. No, it's Murphy. Maxwell's behind.
Oh, it's Murphy. I beg your pardon. Yeah. Two was.
Maxwell helpfully has his name on his rear wing, whereas Murphy has the pride flag.
Yes.
Nicely defended by Dom, and that's yeah. Line has come off worse again, unfortunately. It has also been a greedy goose and used half of his push to passes, and we're not even on halfway yet. We've still got 7 laps until halfway.
That's crazy. Got a few drivers who haven't even used one yet. Look.
Yeah, maybe they don't have a button mapped or don't know it's there as Miller goes again for push to pass. Just looking at this, so it's mostly silver and gold in the top 10 now. James Renwick currently leads bronze, with Winslade in second and Meesters third. And then silver, Don Parker, who we see on screen, battling Murphy, is leading silver, ahead of Maxwell and Simon Geimer.
Good stuff.
As Murphy eases past, nicely done. He was past before the braking there, so he could take his line into the corner, and Parker lets him go.
Surprising to see Murphy from Rob. I mean, I remember their amazing fight that they had last season.
Indeed. Oops. Well, Murphy had a bad start. He dropped to about 10th, as that's 2 victims of the bump. Yes.
That's Philip Miles then.
Opportunist there by Mark Innes. Obviously, this is another. So that's 3 wizards we've seen do this, and Malarin, no nose has come off. That was the worst incident. And Ward as well.
Ward.
Oh.
Oh.
Just about avoided death there. And yeah, this was Ettridge, obviously, in his 3-point turn.
Yeah, this car, as I was saying before, once you get unloaded on a bump, it's so easy to pivot round.
So Miles and... Well, this is carrying on from coming out the pits, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're still going at it. Good to see. Kelly watching.
Yeah, can Kelly take advantage of this and gain a couple of places?
What he's looking to do, though he's using the slower tyres than them.
Now, it'd be interesting to see whether the tyres start to play a role at the end of each stint, and just whether the softs go off and whether the hards... Because you imagine it would be like a crossover point, wouldn't it, where the hards will start slower and get faster.
There is, yes. I mean, it very much depends on how much you use them, the temperature of the track, and the length of the stint, but the soft will tend to start faster. and then there will be a point where they're the same, and then in theory the hard should be faster towards the end of the stint. But it depends on, as I say, how much you take out of the tyres, what kind of track it is, the temperature, and the length of the stint. So it should change race to race. So we should hopefully see different strategies race to race.
Yeah.
Miller here.
Tyres going.
Gapping. He was gapping Murphy by a tenth or two, but last lap there was a big swing, and the lap before there was a big swing. But yeah, Murphy's on it, but he started on the hard, so he started a bit far back, and he had a bad start, so he's had to work his way back up to second. It's like Innes has been in the wars. Well, I'm going to have to steer a Brundleism there. That was a bit of a day late, dollar short.
Yeah.
Unfortunate move there, but that's racing.
And his quick repair would have been used with his rear front wing getting replaced.
It would have,
that could be the end of his race there. Lions Village internet still going. Yeah.
Get that man in a decent internet connection.
Well, he lives in a village, doesn't he?
They're not allowed to put fibre into villages?
Not on my land.
Looking for Innes. Where is he? He's running. Is he still making his way back to the pits, though?
He's got to be, because he can't be running with no rear button. So we've got a battle here between Winslade and Meisters. So this should be interesting then. So we've got hard and soft tyre battle going on.
Indeed. Yeah, no, Innes is in the pits now, I see.
Yeah. Steve Pepper missing half his front wing.
Half the wing as well. Obviously, as this is a 3-stop race and 10 lap stints, if you get damage in like halfway through a stint and have to stop, then you're going to have to stop an extra time unless you do a lot of fuel saving. So some of those that got damaged early might be trying to use a lean fuel mode and lots of lift and coast to avoid stopping an extra time.
Yeah.
So we'll see if anyone makes up some places later in the race.
Russell Bright here running P7. That's a good showing for him, but he's 18 seconds off the lead already. And Juan Escobar, one of our debutants, as we mentioned earlier, he's running a very strong P8. That's very nice to see.
Just one retirement so far, Malaren. See Kelly in the pits and Winslade and Meester suggesting they've all got damage early on, as we saw.
Yes.
So they're having to stop a bit earlier than the rest. So they're probably all on 4 stops. Unless they do some fuel saving, but they might not realise that.
Dan LaHaye in the pit lane as well.
Do you think maybe, he might have had he was in the incident with Kelly, wasn't he? And he had a meatball. He was. So, he would have had to have stopped that. Hold off Maxwell here. Yeah.
Worth mentioning, Innes is back on track now, so I wonder if he managed to just get his rear wing fixed under normal, saved his fast repair maybe.
Maybe he saved his fast repair for the front wing because they just swapped that, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and then the fast repair, obviously, you're right, probably used that on the rear wing. That makes sense.
So that's a top tip if you're going to race in one of our... Whoa!
McLaren. McLaren on the track there.
You are doing it now. You're calling him McLaren.
Oh no, Danley. Not the best pit exit I've ever seen.
Well,
at least he got past the bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm calling them McLaren now instead of McLaren.
Yeah. When did you get so French?
Who knows? Lock up for line there. He got a bit close to Parker.
Opportunist move by Maxwell makes it work though. Up into P4. Nice move.
Indeed. Now he'll go chasing after Parker.
The line's been gone from the league for quite a while by his standards with all the work that he's had to do. So to come back from the F4, miss about 6-7 rounds and suddenly be thrown into the IndyCar He's doing well to be up in P5 at the moment.
Well, I'm sure he'd say it's all basically the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was no slouch in practice and qualifying. But he's struggling a bit in the race to stay up with these guys. I'm sure he will come on stronger as the season goes on.
And Parker, who's the perpetual pessimist about his own performance and things, showing incredibly well in P3 at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just came out of a practice session. He said, "Oh, I thought I had a chance here this season," and I looked at the standings, and he was like in second, about a tenth and a half off the fastest guy. So, yeah, that's pretty pessimistic. So that's a bit early, isn't it? Predictions like that.
Yeah, he's so quick to throw his chances in the bin.
No, it's currently looking for a big haul of points here.
Indeed. We're coming up to the halfway point. In fact, we now have the halfway point as Rob Miller has crossed the line on lap 20 of 40. So I'm just taking a run down the order. Rob Miller in P1 ahead of Alex Murphy and Don Parker, who you can see on screen. He's under attack from Stephen Maxwell in P4, David Lyon in P5. Then we've got Mike Murphy in P6. Nice to see him back in the league. He was gone for quite a while. Russell Bright in P7, then Juan Escobar in 8th. Ettridge has just gone up into 9th ahead of Simon Geimer, who's now in the pit lane in 10th. Timon Sloots, James Renwick, who is leading bronze. Then we've got Philip Mars, Ben Chalcraft and Ryan Tazewski running out top 15.
Which is where the points used to go down to. But now we've got points all the way down to 42nd.
So everyone's going to get a prize today.
Yeah, even Malarin, who's gone home early.
He's gone for a nice bath and a lot of vodka.
That's a Swedish fish.
Yes. Rotten herring.
No, thank you.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah, I don't care. It's a delicacy. It's disgusting.
It does smell pretty bad. I've never tried it. I just can't bring myself to put that in my mouth. Well, Kelly's gone for the push to pass here. He's on track.
Looks like he's behind Brown. Trying to be not behind Brown anymore.
He's ahead of Brown.
Yep, and also looks like he's now ahead of Pepper as well.
Well, that's a 2-for-1 special. Great move there.
Yes, indeed. Pepper's still soldiering on there with that missing front wing plate.
I call him Arthur because he's got Arthur wing.
Ooh. Oh, that's what happened to Meesters. Quick spin, back on his way, and that's his teammate just narrowly getting through there on the inside.
Yeah, squeaky bum time for Mark there.
Oh no! you were through, Mark. What was that? Oh dear, that's a shame.
Well, surely that's the end of Mark's race now.
I mean, his mechanics are pretty good so far. We'll find out soon, I guess.
He's in the pits at the moment.
He's in the pits, yeah. 50 odd seconds in the pits.
So we've got a few retirements now. We've got Tor Malarin, Chris Forrester, Dan Rice, Dan LaHaye, beg your pardon, Stephen McCann, Carlos Navarro and Mark Innes.
It's like now, Miller pitted, but this time Alex Murphy didn't, so he's taken over the lead.
Yeah,
imagine he'll be in next lap as there's a bit of a lock-up there. Looks like there was a bit of shenanigans coming into the pits.
Mark
and
Brown,
that's not the way to stop on your mark, Steve. Pit crew are not going to be able to pick tyres on.
David Ward we're now looking at, making his stop, and here comes Alex Murphy then from the lead of the race.
So that will be taken back up again by Mr. Miller.
Yeah, formerly the co-owner of the Anti-Wizard Society, so square that off now. He's joined the Wizards.
Well, you know, obviously he has no loyalty.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't. Lyon using push to pass again, so he's down to his last use.
Shame on you, Alex.
Maxwell's dropped back a bit. He was up ahead of Lyon. He's now behind Simon there.
I thought Chris Forrester was out, and I beg your pardon, he is on track. There he is.
Yeah, we've lost actually. I said we only lost Mallara. We've actually lost McCann and Navarro now. So
well, I did just do that big run
retirements.
through about 5 minutes ago, which you probably missed.
I thought you only got down to 15th.
No, but after that I did a run up from the bottom.
I wasn't listening by then.
Clearly. Oh, Maxwell dropping it.
Dropped it from 5th there.
It's a very popular corner to lose it on this track, and especially in this car, actually. That's turn 4, the Lake Descent. Oh, we've got a replay here. Ward very late. So is this what happened then with...
Yeah, that's what we saw. Was that Pepper early or Ward late? I think it was a bit of both.
Yeah,
and that is a scary place to be sitting. Oh, he just gets out of it just in time. That was real life. That would not have happened. You can't magically make your car disappear in the pit lane, unfortunately.
No.
Ettridge went 2 laps longer than the leaders, so he's really showing his fuel-saving qualities here today.
Yeah. Philip Miles now in P15, but he started so well, he must be kicking himself. He was P4 on the grid, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. I mean, Winslade's been in the wars, but he's actually still running 2nd overall for bronze.
Just about.
Geimer and Maxwell both on the push to pass. Is it going to be enough to hold off Maxwell? Doesn't look it as he sweeps around the outside. On the inside for the rest of it.
Nice move there by Maxwell, recovering from that spin we saw a lap ago.
Of course, we're expecting Winslade to have to do another pit stop compared to those around him. Same with Kelly, so that may drop him back a bit.
Looking at the standings, it's Rich Meester in P3 in bronze at the moment, and he too is out of sequence because of the damage that he had. So.
And we know Pepper's been in the wars and he's in P4, so...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Don't do that! Oh god, so that's Winslade cursed again. He's just been clobbered by Gligakeki. Obviously, didn't see him there.
Half the wing flying off as well. This is his teammate, had to be 6.
Yeah, Ettridge dropping down the order. It's like he's made a mistake.
It's not an easy car, is it?
It's not.
It's a heavy...
That's why we didn't pick a hard track, like Long Beach, for the round 1.
I wish we had. It's always fun. But yeah, it's a very, very fast car in a straight line, but it doesn't turn very well. Unless you're very, very precise with your trail braking and your braking. It can be quite hard to stop and turn.
Yeah, but not as much as a TCR.
As a what?
As a TCR.
Yeah. Understeer City.
So obviously, Gligakeki needs repairs. He's broken the instant limits. So he's going to do a drive-through as well.
Yeah, it's going to really drop him back.
Winslade survived though. He's still going.
He's still going, but he's got to be... Well, his wing seems to have repaired then. We saw half of it fly off in that incident, but it seems to have come back on. Made a mistake there, though. And that's
That's Hugevin.
Maren Hugevin, I beg your pardon, letting him through.
Yeah, Hugevin's just on his granny drive, I think.
Oh, big look up there by Winslade. Sailing past the apex. We mentioned TCR.
Indeed. So, Miller's making his way through back markers currently.
Yeah, that's Chris White letting him through nicely.
He's still managing to extend his advantage over Murphy, but he's switched back to the soft tyres, while Murphy's just elected to stay on the hards.
There's team on the Slutsen and Ettridge making the move.
Murphy was vocal in practice, so he wasn't really a fan of the soft tyres, so he was going to try and run the hards for as much as possible.
Alex Murphy being vocal, never.
Yeah, he's especially vocal if you call him American.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
I know. I've been guilty of it more than once.
Yeah. And we should say a big thank you, though, to Alex, because he is working tirelessly to provide the league with setups for this prime season. So much appreciated to you, Alex.
Oh yeah, I would say at least 90% of the drivers on this grid are using his setup.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, cheers, Alex.
Maybe we should send him a bottle of gin. He does like a gin.
Does he?
Yeah, I think it's gin, he said. Alex, correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember which booze he said, but I'm pretty sure it was gin that we were into. Whichever one it is, he's got a big collection. And he's going to be in Sweden this year as well, coming over from Canada. But he's doing it in July when I'm not going to be in Sweden. So screw you, Alex.
I mean, it's quite difficult to randomly show up in Sweden at the same time as you.
Yeah, well, everyone should know my calendar. I'm appalled that they don't.
Murphy's slowly dragging the time down to Miller, but still a hefty, healthy lead he's got there with just 14 laps to go.
Yeah, it's a lot to find. Even if a pit stop goes wrong, that's still a lot to find, like you say.
Yeah, although Miller has just used his last push to pass, so Murphy's got still 8 of his 10 left. Oh, look at those googly eyes.
Yeah, Navarro will be scampering out the way, I'm sure, as we come on to this long straight here. There we go, nicely done.
See Miller rocking the classic A-Team lead livery. Another line special.
Which
Slap
has been
some black and red on the car and then stick the bullet decals randomly all over the place.
Yeah. But again, that's a long-standing livery. I mean, that's been in place since season 3 in the Formula Renault.
Yeah, I think so. I think they had the Keith Chamberlain Memorial livery in season 2.
Yes, the finest livery.
Terrifying livery up there with the blobby livery.
Oh. Good times, eh?
Kelly's in the pits, so that means Winstade should be coming in next.
There he is.
There he is.
And that'll be Meesters coming in as well, I expect. I'm just staring at that now.
There is Meesters, yeah, he's just coming up now to the pits, so yeah,
there
here he goes. While Miller's coming around to lap them.
Yeah, keep an eye on your relative, boys. So, 28 of 40 done.
Yeah, rocking through it.
Yeah, and drive through now for Steve Pepper for exceeding his incident limit. Oh, no, he's dragging the missing rear wing. In fact, that's crabbing, isn't it? That's very broken. Oh. Ah.
Well, that's a naughty.
Let's
look
get
here.
the end of that.
So it's being careful, but yeah, look, he drifted slightly back onto him. Although it looks like Ettridge's wing fixed itself, so he may have got away with that.
I gotta say though, I mean, if the car's that damaged that it's crabbing, then
yeah, it's probably best to pull over. Who's this?
Yeah.
This is Guymar and Escobar. Has he got it done? Looks like it. He's still got some work to do. Escobar on the grass before they came into that. He's still got work to do. Yeah, Escobar holds him off. Nicely done.
yeah, that was a great defence. Tricky this section though with the Pico de Pato, my favourite main corner.
The duck's bill.
Yes. Sometimes it just feels like the car's going to break away from you as you come down here and then heading up to Yongsao.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen Murphy lose it there for no reason. I find that I just drop to about 90% throttle, so you don't tend to lose any speed, but you get a little bit of confidence.
Yes.
The car's not going to just throw you into the barrier.
The trademark confidence lift.
Indeed. It's bright here under a lot of pressure from Maxwell. Has Maxwell got any push to pass? He's got 4 left, but electing not to use any. Decided just to follow for now.
I mean, that straight's long enough to use a push to pass, but you're better off saving it for the main straight, I suppose.
Indeed, but not sure. He's on the softs compared to the harder tyre for Bright, so he's probably got more grip at this point. Although they are coming up to their stops soon, aren't they?
Yeah. Chris White and Stephen Koenig have not used any push-to-passes so far.
I'm going to have to say they probably don't know it's there, or they forgot to map a button. Especially for Stephen, as he only showed up to say, "Can I race?" like the evening of the race.
True.
We said, "Of course you can." Glad that the energy shaping or whatever it is that's going on has stopped and allowed you back in the races.
We've got the hamsters pedalling faster.
Yep. Bright using one here to defend. Maxwell nowhere near him though.
So 10 laps to go of a tricky and challenging race for a lot of the drivers, and we've seen a lot of incidents, a lot of spins.
Yeah, we still got 15 on the lead lap. And looks like, how many are out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars out. Not quite so bad as Long Beach. Still a quarter of the race to go though, so...
Yeah.
Oh, Dan Leahy has broken the car again. Or was that... Maybe that was from a while ago.
Well, yeah, he's down in 33rd, and you'd assume he's out.
Yeah, that might have been a late message.
Foster's still got 4 laps to clear Steve Pepper, who has sadly retired after that last incident.
Winslade dives into the pits. Thirsty car needs another drink.
Yeah.
Well, that should be his last stop. He should be able to get to the end now.
Yeah, you'd think so. There's Don Parker then, still in P3, still doing a great job. Now it's P2 as the pit stops shake out. Rob Miller down to 3rd for the pit stops.
Yeah, looks like Parker and Murphy just able to stretch it a bit further, but Miller's not really got anything to worry about there.
No, he's side by side with Mark Innes though as they head to the Lake Descent corner at T4.
Something you've got to really watch out for these, especially with the soft tyres at this track, is on the outlap. They just give you no grip.
Yes.
And you turn and you expect to make the corner, and then you're off the track. So the drivers hopefully will have practiced on them beforehand and got used to that characteristic.
And it's like one of those pimp mobiles where it's doom, 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 going up and down. It's pretty horrendous.
So, I mean, in theory, if you're racing someone and you're close together and you're both going to softs, if you manage to stay out a lap longer than the other guy, you'd probably jump them in the pits.
Yeah.
Because they'd have such a bad outlap. But then, of course, they would catch you back up as your tyres get up to temperatures.
Ooh, that drive through here for Winslade as we see Leicester's on his push to pass.
May as well use it. You don't get any back for the next race, so you may as well use all your push to pass.
Well, he was making a move, but the guys jumped into the pits. Can't remember which one it was. Meanwhile, here's Russell Bright then, now in P7. Still with Maxwell just behind him. They're all using their push to pass this lap.
Yeah, Murphy just for a lap time, or unless he's lapping someone.
Yeah.
But Bright and Maxwell battling here. Bright making Maxwell work for it.
Into the closing stages then. And we assume that all the drivers have now made their final stops, apart from anyone who's going to rack up a drive through, such as Wednesday just now.
Oh, where's Maxwell gone? He was right there.
He's poofed.
Oh, there he is. No damage, but possibly he dropped it again, because he dropped it there earlier in the race, didn't he?
He did indeed, yeah.
It's loud. Powell is he on the same lap? No, he's not. He's lapped out. But Geimer isn't, and he is only 4 tenths behind, so game on again.
Oh, drive through for David Ward as well.
Yeah, we've been a bit more generous with the incident points before you get a drive through, but then the race is over twice as long, so
yeah.
Drivers have to manage this as well, make sure they don't use too many of their instant point cookies.
It was 12 before, wasn't it?
It was 12 before a drive through.
Yeah. So a little more now, but it just shows you that even with that extended limit, it's a big adjustment and adaptation from the Formula 4.
I mean, drivers complain, but I find that you tend to have about the same percentage using them all up. So the more you give, the more they'll use.
Yeah. So Bright now up to P6 and Escobar behind him. So is that Escobar making a mistake and falling downward?
So possibly. Escobar's looking to try and get back. Small lock up from... Yeah, quite common. The unloaded tyre locks up there.
Yeah. Nice promo for the extra racing channel on his rear wing.
Indeed.
Congrats to Russell for making it over the 1k subscribers actually in the last couple of weeks.
Beating our channel. Not jealous at all.
Chris White just used the push to pass. He's found the button.
Yay! It's a bit late, Chris.
Only Winslow's still got 8. He's now in the pit lane. Coming out.
He's just taking the fast line. Oh no, sorry, we're looking at Bright, aren't we?
Yeah.
As
the other
Escobar powers past.
Nice move there by 1. Moves up 1 place.
There's Winslade exiting the pits.
Yeah. So only 16 drivers on the lead lap now. And judging by that gap of 1 minute 14 from Meisters to Miller, you'd have to assume that it's going to be a few less in a minute.
Yep, I'm going to stop the march of Miller.
And you were talking about the bridesmaid thing. Maybe this is the season, because he is putting on an incredible performance here. I mean, we know Rob does have this habit of showing up sometimes and just being an unstoppable force, but he's looking very, very good this season.
Seems that we found a car that suits him, and he also said that his schedule should allow him to make the season. So
that's fantastic news.
He's kind of now or never. We'll see. It's a long way to go. We've got 10 rounds this season instead of the usual 8 which we were doing.
Yeah, and we know that Alex Murphy probably can't make all the rounds due to his karting schedule, but good luck to you, Alex.
He says that. I mean, he'll probably just manage to make them all anyway. He only said that so we didn't kick him for being too good.
Yeah, well, good luck to you, Alex, in your karting endeavours this season.
Yes, and again, thank you for the setups.
Yes.
But I'm allowed to be mean about you because you're so fast.
It's because you love him.
What?
I saw the Discord. So Winslade here, up behind John Cook. We say John and David Ward are normally TCR drivers, so nice to see them making the jump into Prime as well. And hopefully in endurance.
I feel they'd be a lot higher if they hadn't both got like meatballs on lap 1, but they've recovered.
Yeah, they're both fast drivers, aren't they? Just whatever they're in.
And look, Koenig has also, so everybody's now used a push to pass. Even Malarin, who retired 25 laps ago.
That's Russell Bright recovering from a mistake at Yongsao. Has it dropped him in place? It's dropped him 1 place to behind Ali Ettridge. That's a shame. He uses a push to pass to get up to speed.
It's well into the pits. This is odd, unless it's a drive-through. But as I was saying, Koenig's found it, so everybody's found the button.
Yeah.
Koenig's going to struggle to use all of his from the rest of the race, but I just remind you, Koenig, that you don't get what you don't spend left over for the next race.
There's no carryover.
There's no carryover. It's not like holidays. You've got to use them all this race.
Yeah. So let's have a quick look at the podiums then. So it's Miller, Murphy and Line as the gold podium, and it's Parker, Geimer, Maxwell for the silver podium.
Well, actually, it's Miller, Murphy, Parker for the gold because everybody's in gold. So sorry, Line.
True.
But yes, you're right. Parker, Geimer, Maxwell for silver. So Parker currently getting 2 podiums.
And then it's Renwick, Meesters, and
it's still Winslade.
Who's
so he made his pit stop.
Yeah, using push to pass.
Must feel threatened. Where is he on the map? He's chasing Cook actually at the moment. No one behind him.
Yeah, they were on screen a minute ago together, so we've got a little battle forming here. And the battle for 21st place, the all-important 21st place.
Still got a lot of points for 21st compared to 22nd. It's a whole extra point.
Yeah. As opposed to season 9 where you get a whole lot of nothing.
Indeed. Yeah. Kelly's doing his splash and dash. Yeah, they're all in the overall. So even if you're gold, even if you're silver, or bronze, if you win the overall race, you win the overall race. And you get the full points.
Yes.
So everybody's battling. It's just that we have a couple of sub-championships for the mid and lower drivers as well.
I completely forgot that, so you're absolutely right, yeah. So Parker is occupying the overall.
He is occupying a pucker podium for Parker.
Here we've got Chris White against David Ward. Ward making it look a little easy there, but maybe Chris was just sort of like letting him make sure that we get to the end of the race. They're both doing very well here.
It's nice to see he's sporting the 69 that Will used to sport.
Yeah. The old 69.
And a suitably garish livery to go with. I think Will would have approved the pink.
He really would, yeah. It's true. Hope Will's doing alright. Be nice to see him come back one day.
Yeah, busy boy, and not time to rest, and yeah, hopefully we will see him back on the grid at some point.
Great.
Just looking at the gaps now, it looks like Miller's taken his foot off the gas as Murphy's taken about 5 seconds out of him.
Yeah, and Ettridge is under a lot of pressure here from the recovering Bright, who wants that P7 back.
Yeah. Ettridge was is now running the hards, so Bright has got the bit of tyre grip advantage, you'd say.
Yeah.
See if you can use that to close up on him. How are they doing? They've both used all. No, Bright's still got 3 left. Ettridge has still got 2 left.
Innes just used his last one, but how is he still going? We've seen so many incidents from Mark this race.
I think his mechanics have been very, very busy.
Incredibly busy, yeah. Cook and Winslade both punching the push to pass again, as is Ettridge and Bright and Ward. Got lots of fights going on actually towards the end of the race here. 2 laps to go. This is great.
Yeah,
stuff.
nice to see the cars still together, able to fight. No, everybody's hasn't spread out.
Brown trying to pass Koenig here.
Yeah, both of these drivers up a lot of places on their starting positions, keeping their noses clean. Well, to some extent, we saw obviously Koenig put his nose into the stationary car of Powell, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
What's he done on the EVA unit?
No idea. There's lots of, if you look at the track map actually, there's lots of different cars that are very close together. Here's Philip Miles then, currently having a fight with James Renwick, who is our bronze race leader. There he is in the Alpha livery.
Indeed. Miles is only 1 place off of the silver podium. And Miller is on his last lap. He's lapped Hugevin, so Hugevin probably let him pass so he can finish earlier.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's actually 2 laps down, so he would have anyway.
What an amazing drive Rob has had. I mean, we see it, as I say, every now and again he just pulls out one of these drives where he's just completely unstoppable.
Yeah, he got a great start. He got away from the carnage at start, and just built up that lead. Fantastic drive from Mr. Miller here to open his campaign.
It's the fight between Cook and Winslade then.
Winslade looks.
Oh
no! Oh, oh,
and he's poofed.
It's him disqualified.
He's out of the race.
So where is he? He's 23rd. I mean, he can't lose more than a place, I think, because Hugevin's 2 laps down.
Here he comes then. Rob Miller, what an amazing drive to win round 1 of season 10 of LOA Prime at Interlagos. And it's Alex Murphy coming home P2. Congratulations to you, Alex. And Dom Parker. What an amazing drive.
Winning the silver as well as podium for gold.
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant stuff. Congratulations to you, Dom. And there's Dave Line coming home P4 overall, ahead of Mike Murphy. Nice drive from Mike as well. Juan Escobar, great drive from him, all the way up in P6. Indeed. It's a nice drive. Ollie Ettridge P7, and Russell Bright coming home in P8.
Is he just holding off someone there? No.
No,
that must have been a back marker.
Yeah, Guymer and Maxwell rounding out the silver podium.
That is right. We're waiting for Renwick. And Winslade missing out on the podium due to disappearing in a puff of smoke.
Yeah, I dreamed a genie off the track.
Miller's taking a very fast slowdown lap.
Well, basking in the glory. He really earned it. Oh, post-race penalty applied for Steve Pepper. Here he is,
Renwick.
James Renwick. Congratulations on the bronze win. Very nicely done.
And Carlos Navarro also picking up a penalty at the end there.
It looks like all the drivers have now finished the race. Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Good start, yes. We like starting at Interlagos.
Yeah, we do. So, Rob Miller wins from Alex Murphy and Dom Parker on the podium. Then we had Dave Line, Mike Murphy, Juan Escobar, Oliver Ettridge, Russell Bright, Simon Guymer, Stephen Maxwell, Philip Miles, Ryan Tazewski, Taman Sloots, James Renwick, Gavin Kelly, David Ward, Chris White, Rich Meester, Stephen Koenig and Mark Brown in P20. The Tenacious Tortoises, what a great team name.
Yes, I mean,
more of the animals.
It's only him on his own, so he needs another one, otherwise it's currently the Tenacious Tortoise.
And then looking further down, we had John Cook, Jao Tome, Pavel Kuzmarek, Gareth Winslade, Merrin Hugovin, Mark Innes, David Glogakeki, Chris Forrester, Steve Pepper, Ben Chowcroft, Carlos Navarro, Stephen McCann, Dan Rice, and Tom Malloran with the early bath.
But still picking up, was it 9 points?
9.10s, yes.
It's not all a disaster. Not much work for those 9 points.
No. So we've got some penalties there for Chris White for incidents. And then Dan Hay, Pavel Kuzmarek also getting incidents. Steve Pepper, David Ward, Philip Miles, David Glogakeki and Steve Pepper.
Indeed. So that will possibly affect their positions. And as we apply a point for pole for Miller, puts him on 61 points. So not much change, but a couple of positions probably gained and lost here and there.
Yeah.
And Tome picking up fastest lap as well. So that counted for an extra point for him there.
Shows you how quick he was. Yeah, congratulations to Jao on that fastest lap.
Indeed.
Goes in the Hall of Fame, doesn't it?
It does. It all counts. I just noticed we've also got eagles on the grid. So we've got camels, llamas, tortoises,
and
wizards, and eagles.
Team championship time then. It's the 18 on top from Stupidaguri. Wizards Rose Gold, No Slots No Glory in P4. Wizards Fire Ruby in P5. CXW Racing in 6th. Wizards Black Sapphire in 7th. Minardi Simsport in 8th. Cool Camel Racing Green in 9th. And was it McLaren in 10th?
McLaren in 10th.
Coming up then, we're going to Phillip Island for round 2, so off to Australia. Hope you can join us there. It's a great track and should be a lot of fun in this super fast car. Don't forget to check us out on limitofadhesion.com and on our YouTube channel. Please do like and subscribe to the videos. Come say hi on Discord. Cheers, Jools.
Bye.